Hi class, here's our 8th and final video lesson for chapter 10. And we're talking about equations of circles in this lesson. Only one thing to write in your circle book today is this. So you could take up your whole circle book with this information. The equation of a circle is this equation right here. It's x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. And you can see by the picture right here, hk represents the center of the circle. So this circle looks like it might be right, maybe right 4 units and up 3 units, for example. So h is the x coordinate 4, k is the y coordinate 3. Okay? And then r just means the radius. So this radius looks like it maybe could be 6 units long or something like that. So then r squared would be 6 squared. Okay? So that's the equation of the circle, x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Let's now use that so you guys can take out your notes packet and let's apply that equation with this. Write the equation of the circle with a center at 3, -5 and a radius of 7. So if the equation of a circle is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared, I'm simply just going to place all of the information in the appropriate spots. Here is h. Here is k. And then the radius is, of course, 7. So it is x minus whatever h is. H is 3. So it's x minus 3 quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared. So y minus the k, the y coordinate of the center, is a -5. So y minus a -5 quantity squared. That equals our radius squared, and our radius squared is 7. So now let's just simplify things, and then we're all done. So x minus 3 quantity squared, that's as simple as it gets. Y minus a -5, isn't y minus a -5 the same thing as y plus 5? So let's write y plus 5 quantity squared. And that equals our radius squared. 7 squared is 49. There we have it, everybody. We just wrote an equation for this circle with a center of 3, -5 and a radius of 7. Let's practice that again for this one. This time the center is at the origin and the diameter is 12. Well, to write the equation of any circle, it is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals radius squared. All I need to do is know 2 things, and I could write the equation of any circle. I need to know what the center is, and I need to know what the radius is. Well, the center, if the center is at the origin, what x coordinate and y coordinate is the origin? It's 0, 0, isn't it? And if the diameter is 24, what does that mean the radius is? The radius is half of the diameter. So now I have all of the appropriate information that I need to write the equation of any circle. So it's x minus the x coordinate of the center, that quantity squared, plus y minus the y coordinate of the center, that quantity squared. That equals my radius squared. So again, let's just clean things up a little bit. If we take x minus 0 and square it, we just get x squared. So it's more formally written as x squared. Y minus 0 is the same thing as y squared. That equals our radius squared, 12 times 12, 144. And there's the equation for this circle. Probably the toughest one of the day comes with this one right here, but nothing too tough that you guys can't do. You guys can do this one. A circle with a diameter of 10 has its center in the first quadrant. So here's the first quadrant right here. Right? All of this is the first quadrant. Okay? And the lines y equals a -3 and x equals a -1 are tangent to the circle. So we want to write the equation of a circle. Well, to write the equation of any circle, x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. To write the equation of any circle, we got to know the center and we got to know the radius. So center, don't know it yet. Radius, well, it tells us that the diameter is 10, so the radius is 5. So stink bomb, we just got to find that center, and then we got it. All right. Lines y equals a -3. Y equals a -3 is a line that looks like this. Our circle is tangent to it, which means it touches it at once and only one point. Okay, x equals a -1 is a vertical line that looks like this. So it touches this line once and only one time. So with that, we should be able to find where our center is. Like, let's say our center was right here. Then we could have a radius, but this radius would just be 1. And we need a radius of 5. So it can't be this. What if our center was right here? Then it could be a radius of 2, but again, we're looking for a radius of 5, right? So it must not be that one. Okay, here would be a radius of 3. Here would be a radius of 4, and here would be a radius of 5, right? If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it would touch the circle right there once and only one time. And if we had a radius of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it would touch the line right there once and only one time, which means that this part right here would be tangent. Maybe we didn't do a very good job about writing a curve there. So let's just continue drawing this graph so we can get a good picture of what it looks like. The radius is 5 in every direction. So from the center, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way. So now we're going to connect these together. This might be pretty sketchy. How's my circle? Looks great, doesn't it? I could do better. I could do better. Here we go. Get it, Bergie. Get it. Get it. Get it. It's still not great, is it? Anyway, you get the point. The center then is this point right here. It is right 1, 2, 3, 4 up 2. So 4, 2 is my center. 4, 2. All right, with this, we can now write the equation of a circle. It is x minus h, which is 4 quantities squared, plus y minus k. And my y coordinate is 2 quantities squared. That equals my radius squared, and my radius is 25. Oh, sorry, my radius is 5, so 5 squared is 25. All right, now we are going to sketch, or we're going to draw the graph of this equation. So there's only 2 things I need to graph any circle. I need the center, and I need the radius. So the center, this part right here, is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals the radius squared. So notice how, kind of foreshadowed here, y minus k quantity squared. Notice how x minus is part of the equation. So h, this 4 right here, x minus is part of the equation. So 4 is the x-coordinate of my center. It's kind of like the opposite of what you see in here. You see x minus 4, so a positive 4 is the x-coordinate of the center. Same thing here. I could rewrite this as y minus a minus 3. That's the same thing as y plus 3. And y minus is part of my equation. K is the y-coordinate of the center. So y minus is part of the equation. So this negative 3 is the y-coordinate of the center. So again, it's kind of like taking the opposite. We see x minus 4, so a positive 4 is the x-coordinate. We see y plus 3, so a negative 3 is the y-coordinate of the center, or my k value. And that equals r squared. And r squared is 25. So if r squared equals 25, what's my radius? Square root both sides, and r equals 5. With this, everybody, I have enough information, and I can draw my circle. So 4, negative 3. Left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to do a radius of 5 in every direction. So go 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'll try to do a better circle on this one. We'll have a competition. Me against you. Are you ready? I bet you my circle's going to look better than yours. Oh, bangarang. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? We'll see if yours is better than mine. You can show me tomorrow. All right, that's what that one looks like. And we are on our last one, right? So here we have x squared plus y minus 2 quantity squared. That equals 16. I need a center. I need a radius. And with that, I can graph any circle. So this part right here is kind of like x minus 0 quantity squared. X minus 0 squared is just x squared. So the x coordinate of my center is the point 0. And then the y coordinate, remember it's the opposite of this, and it is a plus 2. We see a y minus 2, so then it would be a positive 2 for the y coordinate of my center. R squared equals 16, so the square root of 16 is 4. So again, I have enough information now, and I can draw my circle. My center is at 0, up 2. So that right there, and then I'm going to go up 4, left 4, down 4, and right 4. And now I'm going to trace my circle. Let's have another competition, me versus you. Ready? We'll see who can draw a better circle. I bet I'm going to win on this one. I almost guarantee I'm going to win. Here we go. Here we go. Don't call me a cheater. Just call me using my resources. Bang! You didn't draw a better circle than that, did you? Mr. Berge wins. I hope you guys had a great time with Chapter 10 with circles. If you have any questions on any of those lessons, please feel free to come to me in class and we can talk through those.